FM.
Yenwa num kakra ne enko.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Bam. The Venerable, Honorable, Irrepressible Central Regional Minister Kwame Nadankan. The Venerable, Honorable, Irrepressible Central Regional Minister. Yeah.
It describes man as a bullion.
A bullion. Words of endearment. The Venerable, Honorable, Irrepressible, and the bullion Central Regional Minister. And positivity.
Peace FM.
Come on, Machi Akwaba.
Yeah.
I don't pay. That's all. Nah, who left side?
Remember that.
Yeah.
Number say as usual 6 o'clock news or Peace FM.
Yeah.
Na your customer and on our studios or news.
Yeah.
Into in the Kasaka crowd no there. Mama ta saying them queen ba. It's my follow 7-8 o'clock news. Na indicators here minion war Peace FM there. On you can say oh, Kabila can say.
Yeah.
Ma Kabila na sungula na hijab na brebom.
Yeah.
Inti intent my so rather that say Kabila abre asisi bi abre chara njane yer benche ye banafi ewu akrofu abobo hon sanafi aka chara won ta nechi. Eh? Until 7-8 o'clock, Kabila the phone.
Kabila the
phone. Anyway,
Amen.
No.
Amen.
It has not distorted the divine plan for him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
In fact, it is an occasion fulfilling the continuity of the divine providential path.
That's right.
And I'm not going to be distracted.
That's right.
At all. I remain resolute, unperturbed, and focused.
I'm going to challenge you.
And focused. And Kwame Mesh, Asha na mu there. They were Asha was nothing. But Kwame,
yes,
I am so thankful to you. That's a papa Peace FM.
Yes.
Where Juma F4.
Yes.
The Venerable Regional Minister Central. And yeah, endorsement non Kwame.
Yeah.
He also supported in cash.
Oh, okay.
No,
I should acknowledge your contribution. Because I don't know if I was unexpected. Matwan as in all hit him as in do boom. Hey,
what that?
Come not them. I'm so thankful. Mean to me mo bo ankran awo mo eboaye e wo sika fam. Kwame, when you nua ba kon ya on pese me boni din. Cars 2 Medinante Ghana. Babia, and I went to constituencies. Me man koye babi maku bi na actually I had to cluster them. I traveled round. Many delegates share drivers 2 me no munanti Eugene and a Charles. Yenua or share high cars no ma me. Nyami shano or see mami money din but kwam say wa unim. Ni din ende man. But I'm so grateful and thankful.
Yes.
Me nom me namfo me nuanum panimfo a wo so boa me e wo sika fam adwenkyere afutuo mpaibo me me ba ama santoa eke Daviama. Ai come on, me say I feel the birthday. I shouldn't come if I'm not general secretary.
Anyway,
I need 7 notice. Is she going to insist on that? I hope say ubia or support to me Kwame obefa you afidi so age aseda kese a mede ema wo mu nyamisha mu mitimi mbo mu nyina mu di mako in fact akwani asaso bebre media houses one more newspapers one more publish me posters for Kwame bebre one more ye madom na Kwame one more me do ma se kese so pa party delegates upper west upper east northeast northern savannah oti volta bunu east bunu ahafo northwest western central greater accra eastern Kwame region be na maja nemu aboni asante na maja asante wo
okay
sam mantam dunsia yi nyina challenge na
yeah
one more na mo bompa ese nka minya hwe no minya votes if you want more challenge na dia mi hu no on the 10th of January 2020 ami bo nya mempa ese o ma mi hu wo mo na eta kire nyina no oye madom ye wie yesu mahu nsa wodo a na e wa kire nyina mi hira wo mo me bompa ye ma wonom na mempa ya me bone se CPP hia odo ade a edi enya pa ye odo a eni yemu Kwame Nkrumah chichiri ni TPP imo regala ba ye be ye PMP e odo na omutimi de ye nkabo mu mo win elections o enye otan anibrebre ntwanto so ne wonhunu ye na oka emwa obia na Kwame we me camera ka other parties
Kwame and obesi from
the way we run political parties in Ghana e ka ho bi pa no man yi yetu ye na ba kokko ye nima na ye ko ye chimienu no
yes kasam
yes enti masre
mate
say me sesi ayi no womo a me de womo ne me akasa ayi me womo anime ayi adwene nyina no I'm ready now. I'm an ordinary member of the party enti me a freelancer kakra Kwame available sesi ayi no obi obe pay my futuo and say adwenche bia no me de bebo ama yakọ na me wie no me were 5 constituencies bia ehọ no no ehọ na me free in fact be nsia kra ehọ na me de ma ho de no kota pa kintampon of the say onim say banker bole bamboy ya pay kuso John Jinapo mo insurance afi na ye hyase na me de daboy aka ho na me de Saraga South aka ho dom kwabenya Kwame ebia na me de Cape Coast South aka ho na ni nyina no me were adopted ones bi so ebia bia east and west awon de be kwa ko share mama party ni yam so from polling station electoral areas through the constituencies programmer made it me turn the ma party ma say nka me de be adwuma no e available new administration if they want to consult me on it challenge I'm available that's it.
Now this one says, please tell Kwabo Chase Kwame Duncan that with all humility, the college on the hill also needs our inner roads to be done like he has done for his school. We are waiting. Phillips, Santa Claus and Takrade.
Phillips, there is one in the pipeline. Garsons and Adesado and Wesley girls. You are captured in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Phillips, Mama is working for you. Kwame, now your home region in Agrona Bay, you seemed excited and all that. NPP launches manifesto. Are the policies captured really what Ghanaians desire? And right now, Vice President Dihun Komawaha. Other parties yet to do so, but Okada legalization debate has been stoked. Baumia's town hall and results for infrastructure records projects track and matters are rising. Kwame,
yeah.
Menu Fiasi.
Yo, Chairman General.
Yes, sir.
And I pay. Mamincho son kokra na minchia. Wait for and pem. Ujuma and a pebiara wonder is so no when zebra one say when you be in tear. And the bill wash one abrebuma in the course of day. I don't my you baby. No, only the way in tea. Or you Kokrokoo. And she says, I can say pim. what it say and can film from Manto for so or come Mitchell winner. Now I don't remember the by jazz in my hand, no from Pimprima, the young man on Kakanka.
Betty free kakra.
That's right. It's the Mamanzin can na Manda a man paying neighbors. One careful who are or ye here dom the when you yam son cocra bacan sour mantonum. The party sunity na church of full paying. Then pay for our come what your party do. Na the men can mean ya or ye manton shouldn't pay for our down may come Robert Coutin, old soldier, and pay for our come. Kwame, and she share what ye ma what been who there. Ah, Mukwe Kunawabaland. That's why
on land, Ninya Mabaland.
She papa. Man, she share what ye ma part in the council or G2 there. Round 2 or ye 4 more years to do more. Or ye feel man to him. Yazako. And you yama what they share here, the Yaba Bam of Fufrena. The party here no more year to you now, dear boom pump on air. No, so quite what it's in same man to him. The first conference after coming into office. Says ya more man pain. One may yata saying that party or your man to another. 50 man to him. Send the hawk. Nentin of you by. Inside the quantum. See them pen free na say. Na yan kaso na enja oye bambo a commander yenyan no ye 2 IC. It's only substantive. DCOP Habiba Chumesi Sapon.
Yeah.
Kwame, are you enthusiastic for work?
Good.
Pa. Na this short period here, I will command. She's giving me cause to be happy. Nane, and she shared the mode guaquem. Security perfect. Naming one yet. You may now go say no, yeah, didn't pay for account and national security. I win now, Baba boy. Maybe be a crojo jojo. Nay and Cassie and ya, Nananum. A man in Akasaka. A man paying number in see. Mobo, Munensi, Mina, Ubeshan, House of Chiefs. No bar. More traditional areas so bar Muslim, Wajen. Nachiman to Mumbina, Edamason Sada. Na Mudini, a Kufado. Kwame, yes, sir, former, Mother to go 2020 elections and matters arising.
Yeah.
In our sub teams, MPP launches manifesto. Are the policies captured really what Ghanaians desire? Grammy. Oh, yeah, 1992. You're dying, you won't feel so jabim. Makwami, you're back, Mum Kabi. Mamma Missy, or your tough rubber, Yimbum. Tough being umbum. Abaya, Odin Cabay, none allowed to do that. Osha soja tara, your back, Mum Cabinsi, or ye soja Tanugufum. Mobile NDC. NDC in the first term. NDC in the second term. Never make a first term. If you were to chum, Mamma Payne, Kufu by the first term, Mauba Botry. Adore ye. A man who's already more the share. A man Payne, Professor Mercer, when young baby call. Or the Baton you can't put fancy with me to me. Or the shadism. The first time. Ma, a man paying that President Mama. No so more to share a Kufadu Nism. Man, the young woman. Come Ma, and no mind your woman. And you know, Kaina, come and now, offer na pack up my bill. Ejuma kasa kasinya kan na nya ejuma ankra nkru ho a wopomade enwo a wo ye wo fa na ka ho ejuma man ye wom yesika sama na we pagya da kama IMF na jeme me yesika sam na wo ina akota hospital na o man payin ba bosom first term Kwame, this is a first term discussion. Mese mo to biara oritem na peace FM so se me woda no cha dodo nia wo che mo to obiara oritem tafra bayin bom de on famba makancham de under the fourth Republican Democratic dispensation so far. There's any first term that surpasses Ekufuado's first term. Tafra bayin ba matoyin. Yes, modifi mo be bosom na Kwame ndama kasa to the stand there in podium the man crampon ohun there o man pay na ban oba yinfa wotwini. That's 8 years of this 8 years of this 3.5 years and the man wa for why you know kasa that new President Kufuor nika say all the man here wa bra yade manifesto but to form because Ekufuado's government is performing wonders. Se Kufuor hwe na adwuma mo so ate mo ye na se Kufuor to me this do there Ekufuado na adwuma obur agreement ase do oye wonwa then indeed bibi first time enti se enti ka say to her there are the policies captured really what Ghanaians desire. I ask myself there 3.5 years you buy e ba na why here ma why you there Kwame
na
and I pay abinchi before pressure abinchi before pressure ejuma all the year mezi baba oba March prepare 2017 no launch one planting for food and jobs. Quite not this or the mine at the time na ye twan baby on ye ni because he knew what he was about. I don't see no dunti ma all the other boy emma ekwadwuma ogina. And today in Chenya borders out to ma yakoyamba be ma be febia maka the last year said ohini bi was antimem Ose Ekufuado who one planting for food and jobs see wa ba me say sara brother mpo de yenya ma sabaka ya ya yemfa yansem po yemfa kon yet the brother yet babro. Are we saying Ghanaians don't like this? I am responding directly to your question.
I see what you mean.
Are the policies captured really what Ghanaians desire? That's what I'm seeking to respond. Kwame say ekwadwuma gina here. First and foremost, availability of food, food security. On Faba Sabasayamba. If you also, Mama, Oya, Oman, Kasam, Ojina, Osande, my wafer inflation, young first copy in phone call trades banto. Ekufuado. Here, of one. I say, Medi Infinijuma so Medelaba. Meshan, Sir Ekunfi, Fitinana, my brother. Dabro ewi ahye ma na ida mo ebegina kwa ho mutwa ma abro na sekal twoma na obi wa hwehwenyim se oya 5 6 na ton na wa ka twoma mo 2 cities asemete nhyehyare ba nda abrobia mu nka gina kwa ho ye ndam abrobia infiduma ba he wo kire ma aba from kwan a mo ba fado na wedu abrobia ne papa na se wo yoso a obokọ company no ho ma munyan epaja na Kwame say social media or your fekeke first term first the emphasis is first term mukweku she man about na the pilot himself man about na plane na bodu da ship about da man about na bodu
kweku akwa mukweku atudene
mavuzie we
Kwame
Kwame say social media na hwe oya wafa na industry sa o man payin etwa na mo ko twitwa wo madwuma wore ye Are we saying that Ghanaians don't like this? They don't desire this. I say you were gold, you were diamond, you were bauxite, you were iron deposit. Next year, you pa. What when you media? What the year we are wasting our time. No, change my head. Man, can go party at the chain for you. You pan you may and say, no, to them in the mayor with 2 Adana. How good was it? A quabia do. The more beyond all the oil sika, Kwame, all the oil sika, all the 2 posters. A man paying a will call all the 2 posters, all the Bubas, a good father's a bay. A bay. A man paying well, Duma, only the about 2 posters is our Bubas home. Oil sika, as a quabia do. A from baby Ghana, but from baby Boko school. A book free. On Cabanda, the Bibacro, may no be no one champ. Kwame, Ghana for 1 pen.
Menka the 1 penny.
I'm answering, I'm responding. Kwame, Obi, no school or nursing training college, or teacher training college. Kaka if you are I wa monya kakra mo de kakrampo ababo bofie my pain abba there mutum otom so ati ntomi ya me tomi so nu no ma me abato amokon me dintwa ma ya krado otom egubado 3.5 years wa abba obianso. Is this what Ghanaians don't like? It's Kwame. What's up, team? No other. Are the policies capture really what Ghanaians desire? Yes. These are the policies that Ghanaians desire. Only round 2, 4 more to do more. Next, a manifesto ni ma. Kwame. Mama chiche mfamo. All the kind stewardship. Na mama kampo manifesto ni tiro adado. Aya fia kake.
Moin.
Us leadership of service. Enwa wawa abema wakoto plane ma waya won hyehyɛ won anum hyehyɛ a Kwame abedegwe wagene ho sika won party nso akotworo book a Kwame founder wɔyina yi matwutwu fom ayɛ no ho fi pɔtɔ ma obokwa ka ya arrangement there wɔpere wo hia journalist na wa wodi woti gbi no sa say mba journalist hia ho mo ba yeti wodi egongban since this matter of Airbus or breaky come tell me whether they have been able to have an engagement with the press. Tell me. Yeah, boy, how to social media. Since I want to meet your press. I have said it here. Ghana press. What my tadu? What my tadu? Papa, the Biala, the question about implement. Leadership of service and therefore ready to account.
Kwamna, supervising editor for the Ghanaian press.
Supervising editor.
In fact, at this point, chief supervising editor.
That's right.
And number the titles in buffet. And the Madriga Gurasa that became
Kwame.
Obey journalists. This one is leadership of service and ready to account, to meet the people and account. To the stand Kwame Moswan for the vice president, sitting vice president. Gentlemen, you know them in Siaba for Miss Helby Sansom, the assembly na 80 ma man to me now. What am I hearing? Or your son or some sonko. Now that man make sure manifesto no woman or the can or your stewardship, accounting for our stewardship. And free anana, what am I hearing? Zaya Kaya Baye, Madam Intimidina, Mamma, my hair, my yeni. Close to 400 of promises that we gave or we made to the Ghanaian people. You deliver on them. It's your manifesto now. Clearly spelled out what we said, what we have delivered. And if you are Kwame, I am looking forward to us being able by force into one sort of balance one manifesto. Hey, there's a quickly. Then John Boy, you can. Let's over people dash him out. Now, Kwame, all that what friend COVID. I'm looking forward whether they will have the vision to capture COVID in there, the impact now, and then if they also will have the vision to look at post-COVID, what they will do in that manifesto. I'm sure between this time when they have seen our manifesto quickly, or maybe we are small God, but that's why that manifesto which has been presented to them didn't take cognizance of the COVID thing. I'm telling you. Kwame vision when with the COVID, the global impact and consequently impact on the Ghanaian agenda. It's another part or COVID, no post-COVID. In the Maya, na ya there as Vice President Baumia. The program has been delayed but not derailed. Ya shakwa yebesu kwem makoye. If you are plan for accelerated growth. Maya ye bodun za yadi bashim ashim megire ye maya prayer kodun ye tumi kokodu. Na ultimately mama payza bobado ye Ghana beyond age. Ghana beyond age in yankasa ye begina yanado. Ma yada bobada oya one day set one factory. Product of bar. There must be a way to get at least government purchasing power. So assembly will be there must be a law. They're assembling the first option. Only products are made in Ghana. And so we give market to Ndama, Ofi, Oya, companies and industries are setting up. We first must patronize them. Na say Ghana ina say wo be school na say onyeduma ye no peduma ya. It is only when the farms are expanded, the companies are expanded. It's only when this thing happens na wo ban wo be nyeduma ye. Enti say ekọ oya mall, ekọ wo fa na shop na say ekọ akọtọ ada. Na hu de Ghana de hwa. You go for that comes from Ghana.
Made in Ghana.
Made in Ghana. Or then she share law biba. It ties our hands, especially the public sector, government purchasing power. It ties our hands. Obi only mwabakwakoto bibi fufra oye the same Ghana hand. You must face some serious consequences. Na beyond Ghana beyond aid. Nina to manifesto. Now Kwame. And you is a matter on the table. About na mabe intentama minimum him. Namu other parties here to do so, but Okada legislation debate stoked. Nature be making all kaka. Sanda kwekusa abakanwi. Kwame, mase shala bo prem. Ye feel free man home. Oya yumihen ni jinabia. Na amampanya kufado. Na kasa. Ni adwenkase say you know me NDC oh akofisama ndada NDC the people on the French Republic ha say NHS olba ndada akofisama they walk out ha say you know olba ndada akofisama free exchange everything good that will serve the interest of the people. NDC will oppose it at the papabia pata the party one tasi na I will say Kwame ada often airport or integrate a city, a region into first and foremost its national economy. Osande mama edom waba so wabaya ada odi sika dwuma na woteba amanfu fifin kwankwa wo manimu na say me adum I'm going to make an argument for even an international airport. Why must we be satisfied as a people that all this while it is Kokrokoo International Airport 1, Kokrokoo International Airport 1. It will not be out of way. The Kwame Cape Coast International Airport the traffic already exists. Dani Mampain Oka Ghana a year of return. America and look at the year of return for 400 years. The minister tells us there at the close of year Kwame Nwa Waba 1 million. 1 million you find on the average. Obiaba must spend just $1,000. Kwame, you $1 billion. On the average, Obia spend $1,000. They $1 billion. Now, sir, you were trafficking what that. If you go to Ghana tourism authority, remember the question agency Ghana
Tourist board.
No, I board.
Ghana Tourism Authority.
Tourism Authority. Kwame, go and look at the figures. Cape Coast Castle, Elimina Castle. Culture figures. Number one, you're in there. What bon? I do 200 and or 2 months or yeah, and the dumb shuttle driver see back to Accra. A door that what the war, and my West Pen war, we lose out as a region. Yet we continue to tout Central region as the heartbeat of tourism. Heartbeat in all manner. If we got this airport there, Kwame, I am telling you, it will be the game changer. What that means is that all the things which are associated with air travel, they will come and establish there. All the things. To the extent that, Kwame, you will not even believe. Cape Coast, Elmina, are in your first contact with the white. For all this while, we have not even had your passport office. Passport office. And to the people of Central region, in wanting to acquire a passport, they come to Accra, Wababa, Wasolai, Ibisu Akota Kradi. Everyone that this is a region. What has happened to us? Kwame Namazika say the crawl. Or your cabinet. Or man paying so many tam catcher. A rubber paying shall I cobote. Please take steps quickly. The passport office is ready, done. I can Shelly, Bababutum. It's all the time a Kufado is seeking ways. I'll go to my pager. Central region.
2 things. Harbour, airport, what Obesway?
Baby. Na Obesway, Harbour down Pana.
No, when your specific area on Punano.
On your na so bando them bibi gwa. Or the bibi gwa. Abai Kwame
na.
Na wala I wa fa na iya besia na region mpa Zinkan yampa na yampa mwaka chibia so baba. Se siara si yesi pom. Oya Cape Coast ni ya habon dem the omampa ni be chi wakan. Kwame we have the coastal stretch that will accommodate the harbor. I am telling you. Oya airport. Oh. Kwame, is it new that you want to establish an airport? Even the locality, community, all we do is that say, hey, no, we break the structures down, resettle them elsewhere, and do the airport there. Oh, yeah, and I'm even telling you there, studies have already even been done. Could you as a minister?
Yeah, from the 90s.
Yes. It's on yeah, the fulfil. Now, except that the courage of a government, of a president, Maria Duda, and Kwame, I am telling you that, sir, Yaminadum, or yet round 2, 4 more years to do more. 50 man told me na yeta on my pain, Ekufadu na bandeji. This is where our fortunes will change. Now, and so I Ekufadu na ban, so catch a while. Osana impa wa ebi da na ofa na egbafu. Kwame mim na ehwe time na mamma
what time aso
ebe Mr. Wadarum mama settle oya yi samakwayi mpo oya other parties here to do so but Okada legalization debate stopped. Kwame, it is strange in the NDC na opina odi won franka we serious
Benta.
Oh, Kwame
na.
What was as far back as 2019 February? Obiali in. Hey, it's in the kukwasa. Me kura se me or April thereabout. It can on social media do. I know him. Some American boy. In fact, he was clear that he said, I am clear in my mind. And he referred to a he. A he.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, but this tells you that this is a person who keeps deterring. A person that flip-flops. flip-flop. I cannot. Kwame Dobia, Medimena Bakam, just 2-3 months down the line. I go and make a change. No, tell me, yet. Now, oh yeah, the Musubi so. He announced when he received the manifesto about presenting Dr. Kokrokoo Boafo Danso Boafo said, or presenting also we will launch our manifesto in August, and I thought that they will be quick and smart. Even to take
I hear it's 31st August, Monday.
It's been forced. Says yeah, we are here there. Obabado. Now, as we speak, it is the ruling party that is occupying minds and space. Kwame, we have about 2-3 months to elections. Oh yeah, conventional rallies because of COVID-19. Oh yeah, so which means that in other areas, you seize the grounds. It is the one in office occupying the minds of the people. No, it's serious. It's 9 other parties here to do so. But Okada legalization debate stopped. No, for him, this is a former president who tells you one thing today and completely changes his position the next day. Kwame Modeba 2012, 2016. We have quoted him on a normal occasions. Oh yeah, SHS, free SHS. A person who says that if we implemented SHS today, education system will collapse. A person who said that how would you in an economy inject 2 billion into free SHS? What happens to that? This is that person. Today he turns around and tells us there SHS has come to stay. Go down. A person who in office, okay, oh yeah, college fu unwa wo ba ya nurse unwa wo ba ya chachafu okay chan wo there oh yeah da oh yeah mu alawe emi mahama ho obuakra metwom so numpo ena se yebokwa akoto aba ema samu botu etama me catch there. I believe in that metwom. And that what others were saying, the my brain me kufu aduna oh yeah ba o me wo kada wo ba Oberson or you just political gimmick. Now today, the man turns around and tells us there, he will restore. So the question that has to go to former president, what do you believe in?
May I say?
Watch out the 3 years. Kwame 3 years watch out the way. Also, Motra Mokea, Monsanji new appointment letter. No other 3 months of the Moho. Now today, the same person is telling teachers there, I will improve on your remuneration. Go further down. Banks, specialized deposit taking institutions, microfinance institutions. They all indeed, those who collapse, and those who are on the brink of collapsing. They all took place. All these things took place under him. Kwame when take a step and yawoche. Today the same person turns round. Okay, chana there. Samoto aba mama. Maba da miska wa kike kamina motia. What does he believe in? Go further down. Kwame, Okada. Do you know that he took legislation to Parliament in 2012? Banning Okada, making it illegal.
Okada was banned in 2012 in Parliament.
Exactly. What did he see? What influenced his thoughts? Today the same person. So you see, I tell you that this is President Mama. He does not stand for anything.
May I say, Kwame Jankan?
Okay, all right.
There's an old runway. Tell Kwame Duncan there's an old runway where the British built their Spitfire fighter planes in Commander.
Okay.
Maybe it is worth looking at for the airport. And then another one says, Kwame, let's get our fish suit lagoon turned into a good fishing harbor and we'll be better off. All we need to do is to warn our girls to reduce Ogwa Chinese kids. Phillips, Santa Clausian. I say, Ask Kwame Duncan for me whether he was expecting ex-President Kufuor to fiercely chastise his own government publicly. It's inexplicable fact that the excruciating poverty Kufuor-led government has imposed on Ghanaians is legendary. We will unseat him for the best. IEP in Asesrewa. Allow us to give you praise for Kwame, professional, journalist, blah, 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 blah. Farouk Intema. Thank you. Tell the venerable, honorable, irrepressible Kwame Duncan that the venerable is very well and fitting. But as for the irrepressible side of his nature, it is more a characteristic of the fabled Adisadal spirit of our disco guys and Spin patriots that he really is. So how come? Nana Dubois for the second, Sankubasi to District Nana, I conferred that on him as well.
Exactly.
Okay. Did I hear the former president say he will legalize Okada just because it has come to stay? Instead of creating jobs for these guys in order to take them off the streets? Well, I hope you'll not come back. How about okay. Honeyman Lejukuku Agblaze electoral area. And then the decision to legalize Okada, which nearly killed my father on November 23rd, 2013. I've revised my position on Mahama, say Obama, Pokwase. Cape Coast was formerly Ghana's first capital, is now rated the fourth poorest city. I want to know, is it wrong to uplift its image again by building an airport and a harbour? As a fancy man, I think we need it. Edward Ejiri, aka Captain, inside Takrade. Tell Kwame not to educate the NDC on what to do to win power. Their non-performance is a blessing in disguise. Jomo Pokwasi Festus. Some people say they boycotted Kokrokoo, but the same people are today sharing and commenting on excerpts of the Baumia interview on their social media platforms. Does it mean they are following secretly on our blind side? Another inconsistency of a certain group of people. Hypocrisy and dishonesty. Avogadros constant in Kaswa. The Avogadros constant. Avogadros. The millions who voted for Kufuor because of free SHS restoration or allowance, blah, 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 blah. Let's give them 4 more to do more. Farouk in Tema. Walanyo and Akwetia says President Kufuor came to rescue the poor by showing leadership by example. Chairman General, you were laughing when we said it. Sami Jenfi has used an excerpt of your interview, Dr. Baumia, say Obama and Pokwasi, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's a public radio station. So no problem. Fawaz in Amasama says, I'm feeling Kwamina brutal. If I had a younger sister, hey.
So unfair. I'm not going to know what
Come now, Wakasa na Pekwe Wakasa. Agaza. Koroma for Bremna.
Yeah, Anki Kukuai. Na also ha.
Yeah, MPP Manifesto launch. Others yet to decide Okada legalization. Just that quick portion. It's 10 o'clock.
My life before I am a taper ni kapa.
Any day.
Cows are trapped by their homes.
By their homes.
Men.
By the actions.
Words.
Okay, in actions.
Kabila.
Manifesto. And before I launch your media, there's a plagiarized manifesto in there, hiding somewhere.
Plagiarized?
Yes, and I'll show you how. What they're about, I know. I wanted to recall and to me, Uncle Kukakra. CPP in 1961-62 was in a preparation to launch the 7-year development plan. I started 63. If my 64. When we launched in 63 and I started 64, right?
Yeah.
There was the focus of that program was work and happiness. It is a hint. I'll leave it there. Plagiarism, a academic criminal offense. Now, politically, no, so no. It do on my meaning say you better the right nomenclature to describe it.
This your way preemptive, way striking. Will lead to a review or a revision.
Let them do so. Let them do so, and it would have served the purpose for which I'm doing this.
That's what I'm saying.
Because to walk in the shadows of somebody and abuse the person. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Kwame, manifesto de eyade ehuya na nansen CDD fo ahye bibia se a omo kwana no nka omo fa so aye no no em say ye kasa ho kakra se omo manifesto assessment a yemfa parties a omo di manifesto ba Ghana nyina omo manifesto no nka ho na de omo di kan ye no so omo limit no to amanyoku a omo akanifo ababan mu pen na me ye sure say omo atiase say ye ko yanimi no womo de bay ye adwuma ama ya hwene aye enti me to aso na me ka se MPP manifesto na mo launch ye no me nya ho kwan enkenkan mu ntimi nka ho nsem bebre na minister ka say o kan sem ba ko mienu bi a me pese me soso because I've been following it challenge na
yeah
and now my background as a graduate of teacher education, not just a graduate of teacher education, I was the General Secretary of the Teacher Trainees Association of Ghana 2000-2001. I signed a memo regarding allowances to teacher trainees. It was on a condition. And now teacher education colleges, no, omunye second cycle bio, and now post-secondary. They are now tertiary, just like universities and your friend is saying, technical education colleges. Now, some are making. I hope it goes down well. The NPP and the NDC, when discussion on teacher education allowances, no, I think is wrongly footed. And I am a yapa say. Especially the NDC now, it appears they didn't understand why they took it out. And they are dancing in the middle. MPP4 are consistent on why they are reintroduce it. I want to conclude that if we do a proper analysis of how teacher education allowances were introduced in the first place by the Nkrumah regime, and subsequently na reintroduce no under PNDC na ne ye ka say teacher education colleges enye post secondary and second cycle you na tertiary as I say treated all tertiary students as tertiary students.
So what is your point?
My point is that the issue of allowances it must go at a certain point. If we do a proper analysis,
CPP
Manka say CPP. Now I don't have the right to speak, and I'm coming to that. Say on the any authority of the CPP, and yes CPP dimu America say I'm speaking as James Kwabena Bonfe Jr., a Wednesday Kokrokoo panelist. I've become free like Kokrokoo. Why am I
it's about to
oh, that's I'm to Makasa. Free.
Kasa no one, but what we
oh, Mintungum. You know, I'm a party loyalist.
Okay.
Party first. Ghana first, party second. But I want to suggest that yenya a further discussion about the place of allowances in teacher education. Kwame mi no one say Yetaka Central Regional Minister Wahana and some Wakika Bintina me pese me yes IDW. Minister, the latest statistics per Ghana Statistical Authority, Statistical Service. Around 2016-2017 and I did Jumaino. In Mantom, it's no longer a very poor regional. Osha Odana from the poorest regions, it also 7. That are near 10 regions. And data is very important. Now data na de kasano. Yenka unu say Upper West is the poorest region, followed by Northern and the Northeast, Northern and Savannah, followed by Upper East, Volta. I know say Volta ni oti. Now about brown for say no so muacha miensa. Bono East, Bono Ahafo. Now I call Western and Sakra Waba Central. Now, Chairman General, development spread per manifesto a discussion. A national development plan, so no, a hard kakra. they see a place in Yama, Haba Airport, yes, it's good. But have you considered an international airport in Cape Coast with one in Accra and other parts of the country?
There's
opening up.
There's the strongest case for.
I know you have no, but I'm talking about you. You are making the strong case for your region.
I'm saying
as a regional minister.
If you put all factors together, Central Region has the strongest case.
Well,
because the traffic exists.
Well, I'm only throwing it out. Say we may want to do further discussion on that matter. Chairman General, me na me ba other parties to launch their manifestos, and this is where I want to suggest to my party, CPP. Kwame.
Yeah.
Manifesto on. Wano kasa ni utrimpo. On ka bibia keke. Mesre CPP mpanyimfo say. Ye try a manifesto wie na ye launch ya. Ya modern na ye party mpanyimfo, especially Central Committee. Ya ma wo mu huru de ya try a manifesto no mu. Na de ntia me yes ade Chairman General. Yeah. 2016. Ya the manifesto ko Ghana fo anim. Sa manifesto no kai kratafa to so adia sa enso a 37 page 37. Ya wo item bia ya label no 3.6. Ya tro referenda. Na me ka ho keto bi. Or say some recommendations of the CRC to amend the 1992 constitution require referenda because they are entrenched provisions. We will make Parliament take action on this early in 2017 so that they can be gazetted for 6 months and referenda can be held on them before the end of 2017. These include electing all MMDCEs. That's 1. 2, abolishing the death penalty. When it came to the discussion on election of MMDCs to be put to a friend saying the Ghanaian people on referenda. Saturday regional conferences now. Based on the strength of this manifesto pledge, as acting general secretary, I told all the regional conferences say your party position change. Later on, I was accused by some members of the party at Central Committee that I was speaking without the authority of the party. I was wondering where they were getting their information from. Of course, they were ignorant of the fact that we had it in our manifesto. Say, even 1 year in office. MPP Tambena Omode is our proposal. Wasn't it in 2019 or 2018?
It started 2018, but it was
2019.
Yeah.
They were in government for how long? 2 or 3 years. And then the first year. But and I'm saying MPP before the ANT. It was convenient for the CPP, some CPP members to say a near manifesto mukra. Mesre party biawe manifesto ma party ma, especially a canifo in penifone edani no Central Committee ntitiye ewo manifesto ho na chinabi as an ordinary member now, me better me refer to manifesto. Yanko say anyway. Now I'm not fettered.
My menas, I'm coming.
My advice,
Nana Hesse Ojiri brings up an interesting one that I'm sure will excite Kwame Duncan. Nana Hesse Ojiri says when Peace FM started broadcasting in Accra, the quote-unquote experts claimed it was not a commercially viable venture. When domestic flights between Accra and Kumasi started, the quote-unquote experts claimed it was not a sustainable investment. Today, what are the experts saying?
Yes.
Same naysayers. God have mercy. Nana Hesse Ojiri.
21 gun salute.
Banga in Kokomlemle says, I am in support of the legalization of Okada idea from John Mahama. Ankoma Foster Achima Yurebi says, the manifesto totally shows there's more hope for Ghanaians. Thanks to my president and regards to Kojo Nkrumah. That must be your MP. Kwame, Google Lukla Airport. You'll be amazed how much revenue and employment this little airport generates for this little town. It is one of the hubs for Mount Everest tourism. I hope one of your panelists, especially the regional minister, will do a research to find the significance of Lukla Airport to Central Region, Atto in the UK. Lukla Airport, Lukla. Peace in Dagbang and the creation of the 6 new regions is the reason I'll vote for the MPPK in Kokomlemle. KSK, you have no idea the number of people Okada has killed. Our teacher Mante Tuga from Alajo.
Yes. A teaching hospital, Cape Coast.
Yeah.
No, in a far Okada. Ma a benefit is both for we.
But say tell Mr. Mahama, so also obe regulate.
Ane mana e kokwa be 3 hours asana kwa ko. Oh.
I was expecting the NDC to also publish the list of their infrastructural projects, but it seems their only interest is to discredit the hardworking Baumia, teacher Kujo Tepa, Enyina Suso. I hope I got it correct. And what is the information minister doing in my studio when he's not been asked to be here? Say, oh friend, ma, oh friend, unia daje, and so obey on a number.
Obe chat young cookers food yen.
Cash. I just go cash for any massy.
Oh, now we told you that cash for you. Thank you.
When I find it from full respect, though.
There's a camera, so I can say hold it.
Kojo Pon Kroma, MP of Fasia Irebi, and Information Minister about OKFM and passing through this morning. And Kojo matching a Bokodian. Yeah, that's it. So.
Yes, you're the
But you're from Abra.
Oh, that's all himself from me.
Yes, you're Juma Dosso. It's so you're in my mind. But
I am phone.
One thing, and the moment was a passport for Adu Malik.
Yeah.
Me on the MPP manifesto be the way you.
Yeah, ended on a menu. No one what do package nearby.
And Pachenyo.
What package no what do you crew whatever.
Oh, you mean you stole from me?
No. Apparently I was already on the list.
Some convention.
Yes, I only seen what they buy. Say 5. Now Kwame saw quite research.
On that note, I register a copy.
No, I'm sure they didn't coffee. But no.
Oh, yeah. I'm Pacho 5 no kweku was the one. I'm putting it on record.
Yeah, it's true. It
was the one. Mama me colleague we say Abuaji 1. Mama and I mentioned source. Ehundo on enam ha. Ehuna.
That's one.
Ofi.
That's right.
Wabaji 1. You.
Now listen.
So asamo ba no obesomo kwan.
Listen, ma.
Okay. Move back home.
What's in the money?
It's all right too.
Okay.
Remember,
Wednesday, the boy go. Higher the wama.
I can't move back home.
I'm going for. I'm the one.
Ojam.
I know that.
Amy, I took my list. Ended the vice president bay. Work when I'm catching Gideon Boako, Dr. Gideon Boako, the Pocho.
Me suspect.
But Pamela, me colleague we say by this upper quick. Masum Perquit.
That's right.
Now, in fact, Cisia, Nana Alcassin is and I'm the Macabili. Make cruise off here. Senior, senior poodle, Nidian and Media Maui. Of my poodles, if I is the chief poodle. Ojam, anything to discuss with this manifesto?
Kabila Kaino, I mean the down. We are Brian, Mr. Kine.
Oh, man, who Premper College for Crowd. In the MPP, I had that pitch. Premper College, you know, because you know, a lot of things have been done there.
Okay. Kwame, can see to be honest, look at that. Many time, my stadium. Church Massey. Maybe I try here and no fun many time because.
Night duty.
Well, any Yama, I hear you who ended that. Honestly,
what is this from?
Camille. It's honestly, Pano. To me, a comprehensive analysis But one I'm saying because of the benefit of social media, all the arguments who highlights for the debate issues being and Yamantina Wama it might form wow ideas on some particular areas. But an opinion and let me go through 190 something pages or so.
Yeah,
that's quite interesting. Now, about 2 areas in a very brief manner: education, governance, corruption, and accountability. At the cross strike came a war in the social media. It was so pervasive there. This time, I'm there. In this case, and I'm corruption.
That's not true.
It was all over the place. But maybe it be in a platform and discuss corruption. So I was wondering if you share copy whether the manifesto itself was silent on corruption, because that would have been an amazing omission. Make sure you know echo page 103 more something on corruption. And see, it's actually one corruption. Maybe the main platform talk at the event. If so, then one revise opposition and then one state in they were suggesting there it be in this case corruption on the platform. For me, that has no real, value. As long as governance, corruption, and public accountability is captured in the manifesto, it means that they stand in readiness to debate that issue, to interrogate that issue with anybody else who wants to deal with it. People like us, we have the right and the opportunity to discuss governance, corruption, and public accountability. So you discuss the NPP manifesto. So really, unless you invite you into the realm of propaganda, able to go along with that thing though, Bianca corruption. That's for the unschooled minds. I'm sorry to say that. Intiguami
Abdul Malik.
Page 104. One more stating maybe promises away kind of reform the regulatory and institutional framework for anti-corruption. But of interest to me at the moment, what's number 2? The Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2018 Act 959 one way 2 were instituted. The right, that's 5. The Right to Information RTI Act 2019 Act 989 passed after 21 years since it was introduced and having gone through 6 parliaments under the Fourth Republic. The MECO 8 applied open and competitive bidding for and conducted Ghana's first open bidding run for oil blocks. Then the last one, 9. Mamimia Pekinyin, established a National Register of Contracts, Register of Petroleum Agreements, as provided for by the Petroleum Exploration and Production Act 2016, Act 919, which the NDC refused to do. This enables anyone to trace who the beneficiary owners of interest in oil blocks are. These 4 areas, I'm the 4 that I pick for now. Office of Special Prosecutor, is true. Why? Some of us were ardent supporters of that office, the creation of that office. But I'm not too sure the Hinia on the balance sheet say a very fair analysis when we produce the results that we expected. And I believe they're going forward, both the NPP as a ruling party now and all anti-corruption advocates are there. You try hard to ensure that this office is producing results. They need to give us a list of what investigations are warring.
Obviously, Papa, no only letters no chono yejuma.
Yes, it's part of that. Okay. But maybe if the timelines, there are timelines that goes with it.
Okay.
That go with it. But it's part of that. There were reports over a period. Nyama warrior, ma we investigate, ma we more court. Nyama. You don't have to just push the put pressure and see fast track investigation. You may end up not doing that, but give us updates. Give us the information. It makes people understand that okay, this very important office in Yama or Wongoni. For instance, there's a petition, a complaint. President Nankasa no refer the PPA case, is hanging. Now I had the man why allegations are against them. One kasa why integrity is suffering. Because there are still people who use that thing against the former CEO, Chetmasi, in their political discussions and all that. Diligent investigations. The resource in the Bawa, Obuabia, here public now, we are interested in knowing the truthness of the story. Obuahe. Papa Nankasa so deny Obuano. Our office Nankasa now you are in charge of the process. It enhances your integrity and public acceptance. The inertia, and it is so obvious, and lack of results doesn't help anybody. Indeed, it only helps to enhance that subculture of cynicism and of use against such an important creation of law. And I'm very worried about that, especially because I'm a very ardent advocate. One, of the creation of the office, and two, of the appointment of Martin. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's a public record. So I'm not just playing mischief. I'm genuinely expressing concern. Out there, the perception is that nothing really is happening. Now, if something is happening, communicate it. Update the public. Then at least the BB Kodo. It was, yes, the promise, it was a manifesto promise for 2016 elections, and it has been fulfilled, and it went through a lot of processes before Parliament. In fact, to be honest with you, even the minority contributed more to the drafting and crafting at one stage in spite of their earlier skepticism and all that. Into Hono, yes, it's good. It's a plus, but it's a plus that comes with the burden of, some, I don't know how to put it, but I'm not too happy with the state. For instance, the Anas Galamsey story on Charles Bisu and things. It went there. I remember at one stage there was a running battle between the Special Office of the Special Prosecutor and the CID, because Professor Frimpong Boatinso referred the same case to the CID. I went public, bagged the Office of the Special Prosecutor on the case the CID should stay out, because I don't know about war already. Whatever the issues are, we ought to be told. If they think there was no prima facie case, if they think it is not worth investigating, tell us. You just don't take the thing, keep it indoors. Nobody knows what is happening, and people then are free to speculate left, right, center. You see, especially when the thing is involves a politically exposed person. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure there are other outstanding issues could be a work also. A man from Terry. Some of these things, are they resolved? Meaning there, PPA, so called Shraj, and I'm the Bimona petition. Shraj, internet was like a double prong. Shraj is a main team or Kokrokoo. Somebody will say that we are journalists. Why don't you go check it? It doesn't as if I haven't checked something. But I'm saying that it is incumbent on the institutions to first and foremost update us, tell us what is going on, especially when the matter now want to watch it. Try and speculate and disclosures, and then people will even think it's tainted with some, motives and things. For instance, let me be very, very blunt. For instance, if you are talking of the Galamsey one, I'm not an interested party there direct. but I am in a way because Tiger Eyes, a group I may support. And when I looked at that documentary, investigative documentary, I had no doubts in my mind that it had a prima facie matter for investigation, at least, not to pronounce anybody guilty. Let's get the point clear, because Nyadama or a guilty and ensure the Tiger F a court. They are not a court. They are not even a state-sponsored investigative body. That's why they took it to the Office of Special Prosecutor. The our wage money, up to now, the any serious thing. So there's a plus and minus, if you like. It's not good enough, to be honest.
That is the Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Yes.
You are very unhappy with it.
With the output, I'm happy with the creation. I'm happy with the appointment of my own friend, long-standing friend Martin, as the Special Prosecutor. But I'm not too happy with
his work
of the work and the outcome, because we don't know.
Well, you
want to put it that way. I'm not putting it that way.
I'm asking.
Choice of words. I'm communicating.
Yeah.
And leave me to communicate the way I want to communicate.
Maybe he seeks to assist.
May I appoint you as my spokesperson?
I am only asking. But anyway, minimacho.
What they buy? What friend me first? What's all I miss? What's so 5 what they buy? Now, Obama wa miss. Okay, on your way. Now what they buy? I haven't forgotten it. Maybe I could use this. I don't bring me spare one.
Wow, look.
Because I always keep a spare one.
I know.
It's never when I'm at church room. So I have to keep one. Me pen in fact true. That's one. And the Right to Information Act, again, I have a problem there. See,
Chairman General, please tell Kweku Baku to speak Chi. We're tired with his plenty English. Okay.
The critique is legitimate.
Okay.
I wish I could do it for him. Yes, say I check. Yeah, I'm a disaster when it comes to that. May he forgive me. My try, my mixing. But unconscious. And then I shift. It's regrettable. Let me be honest with you. Church Mercy. Udruhan and me admire Professor
Ejekum.
Fantastic. Not just the language in Kano, but the deeper understanding
of the language.
Yeah, and the explanations and interpretation. I mean, it's just a wonderful experience listening to him. Into a gentleman, yes, no criticism, no me penedo, but me panacho. It's too late. I just can't change. I can't change. Me promise I may fail. I try. My boxing.
Your own.
Kwame.
Yes, quickly.
Say if you want statement now. What's the Right to Information Act 2019? So passed after 21 years since it was introduced, and having gone through 6 parliaments under the Fourth Republic. So it was a huge achievement when eventually it became an act and the president assented to it. Now there are certain things to be done to bring it into effect proper, the functional and operational. There was set up some structural bodies. Minim. But who hears why? You see, Kwamna, maybe you are not getting minim. Minim why? Because there's a lady friend of mine who 2 months ago called me when you called there, Wapede, or a member of one of the bodies. Now, say a lady journalist, a very experienced journalist, we are standing credentials. And I'm saying, why not? There's great opportunity, so do it. But first of all, what check? First of all, the law 1 year for it to be activated. Even that became an area of contention. 1 year was it for due to funding and other matters. I think the 1 year wapam or almost. 2, say the main mana ne people civil society bisa questions. I mean this about the 3rd time I raise some issues. Update us.
These are our select public servants.
Update us.
For all the officers.
You see, transparency, information, communicating. Look, Kwame, sometimes half of the challenge solved. So that the cynics and the skeptics and those who don't even want to give you any chance there, credibility or integrity, you look, have communication, consistent, diligent.
Communication is key, always.
Of outputs, especially after you've passed the law, which itself is great achievement. Make no mistake about that. Helps, but Kwame said, "Bibi kodo, abada no kodo. We are appointing kofu."
All the government agencies, CCI or select amount for or train home out to the OBS information officers so Seneka disclosing information in those public offices.
In there are people who have attempted to seek information from some state institutions, and they are told that until the RTIA Nankasa be effective, no, won't incorporate with them and give them the information. Into their court. In court during the Mahama administration, this Buzz Brandy as American. Civil society groups went to court for the documents to be produced. Only one document was not given out. The Attorney General's report. Attorney General is on farmer because of a confidential. But all the other transaction documents, it was through a court order. That time RTI in now RTI by 1 year gone, and we're still going through some of these things. It doesn't help, I'm telling you.
I get your point.
It doesn't. I mean, oh yeah, I'm going to there. Look, I pass law, no, all right, but it was a certain phobia for aspects of the law. In any case, whereas you are working on appointments here, there is still the urgent need for information flow, and people have gone out there to seek information. And they are woman excuse there. RTI so and so what's saying information.
And so your question is,
yes, exactly. That's the way. Nipakuno can mean to me country. I'm that kama. So Kwana is a genuine concern, and I do this as a matter of principle. Critical support to these processes. Critical support meaning that where is good, I say so. Where is bad, at least I must indicate it, highlight it. Otherwise, there are a lot of people out there who, this is a manifesto for 2020 elections.
Yeah.
2016 manifesto, I'm sure you had it there in terms of the right to information, pursuing it. So that's fulfilled. But you are now heading towards 2020 and you've recaptured it here as something you've done. Actualize it, let it live, give it life. Not the letter, let the letter and spirit come together, and that constitutes life. Inti na mamekano. Inti maybe not to waste time. The other two is positive. Applied open and competitive bidding for and conducted Ghana's first open bidding run for oil blocks. Very, very important in terms of its transparency and accountability. Even if there was no evidence of any crooked dealer, go forward that perception there, oil agreements in Ngamano were tainted with fraud. We use that whole suspicion and perception to destroy a lot of people in this country, and nearly even collapse on people's businesses. Or let us have greater transparency, meaning put this thing out of place. Why? That's positive. And I know some Eco Petroleum Commission or website evidence of that. So this one is wholly positive for me. There is not a negative here. Then there's the last one there, establish a national register of contracts, a register of petroleum agreement. That too has been done. Gives you greater transparency. There will be a word doubt and there will be any suspicion. At least if you check this, then you can pinpoint and then you go to the appropriate place for interrogation. Into these two wholly positive in my candid opinion. Now, if governance, corruption, and public accountability, Namaba education. Look, and I have to be very honest with you. The successful implementation of the free SHS Kwame is groundbreaking. historic.
Groundbreaking?
Look, it is not a joke. Look, it's a huge investment in our human resource development. Big time social investment. Nobody should underestimate that. As a socialist myself, sometimes I envy NPP for executing this broad-based social intervention.
That's right.
That's why they must rethink their extreme neoliberalism.
No, not extreme. Not extreme.
What is this neoliberalism?
We are
Mumbreisms and schisms in your own. Yes, good.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
Take it from me.
Free SHS.
Yes. It needed courage.
Left-wing policy.
You mean
Not just the vision.
You mean courage?
Again. Courage. Damno wakana.
No.
Onyago.
By the way,
To execute that and to stay on course, the way and manner they've gone about it, you just cannot underestimate it.
And it has to be sustained.
And it has to be sustained. Indeed, I don't think there ever will be any administration who will attempt to take this thing back. Look, if you did, it would be a mindless execution of policy. Mindless. It's come to stay. And I'm gonna make it. I mean, any attempt to touch it or backfire in your face. It's in Wood and saying, no what fanatical opposition to it. 1 year we change the whole.
What's the new position? What's the progressive?
Last week we proved it here. Yes, I agree. They did the shift.
On that square, there's no shame in politics if you be sincere.
Of course.
With your concessions.
Of course.
Position you've taken in the past, if you have changed, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong.
But when you deny, that's why your words will trap you.
There's nothing wrong. Into Kwame.
Kwegu.
Or a serious policy why execute. It was a promise in their 2016 manifesto. They've come 2020 with a new manifesto. Why indicate clearly a successful implementation and then even fine-tuning aspects in what the background. That's a huge credit, more than 100% if you like. Yes, to be realistic, it came with challenges in terms of implementation and some pragmatism, and I'm fully for it. This thing of the double tracker and confrontation. In the situation in which they found themselves in actualizing that vision,
double track was the only way to go.
Pragmatic way to go.
Pragmatic.
I tell you,
it showed again. There no exact. Let me put it that way.
I'm going to catch it.
Yes, we apply, and it behind him a transitional mechanism. One time frame. But progressively will be double track if you. Martin one was a review. No, when you ask them what are the options or the methodologies, and you may be applied to do the review now. The first thing I hear, Kwame, is the double track. That will be free. I can tell you, if double track ni free, immediately will collapse system. No?
Yes.
So check the entire. So if your aim is to remove the double track just like that, then indeed, or that you want to collapse the thing.
No, not on task.
Yeah, but didn't make a say them assuming task. So in your mindlessness, you are actually collapsing the thing. Yeah. That's the effect of that mindless.
Peace FM.
Mindless, bro.
Yes. Is it an insult? If it is, I will withdraw.
It's not exactly complimentary, though.
Oh, but if it's not complimentary, I didn't set out to compliment. That one, then I still hold on to the mindless because I wasn't out to compliment.
According to the etymology in my dictionary, it says showing a lack of forethought or sense. having no sensible meaning or purpose.
Yes.
An act of mindless violence, for example.
All this is true. This discussion.
All these arguments are all towards the campaign. Matter that was some of them MPP or Akufo-Addo administration say policies senseless.
And the president also responded.
So it means that you printed those words now and I allow, but that's all. Into Kwame, that's the way I see it. Now the third point, BB, something is happening, and Mama or maybe suffer proof. In ya the buyer count there ye blocks no at least where by 47. I be Musa 46. Handing over notes by Madam Nana
Professor.
Yeah. Okanda 47 since 2017. I mean, that is the number I've worked with. And let's be honest, initially there were people in government who worked with that number publicly, including party communicators. The last week, my attention, I think it was on Randy Abe's program, Good Morning Ghana. But the figure is 29. I was surprised. Indeed.
Well, I think your time now is up
I'm
at 20.
almost finished. In fact, that's the last point. I'm almost finished. I'm
That's the last point.
There, 29. I challenged it by reading excerpts of the handing over notes. Then, after the program, I decided to do some checks. Maybe calling my attention that Memco Parliamentary Hansard, 13th February 2019. The Minister of Education called Parliament called answer urgent questions be, and in the process of answering questions, he disclosed the 29 were inherited at January 2017.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, my 2 or 3 moves at the highest level. There, we can't let things stay that way. What's the audit been away? Maybe for a copy of the audit. As I speak to you, I don't have. But this is a very serious matter. The handing over notes, they are done under a law, legal regime, the Presidential Transition Act. Parliament, so, or your House of Records, a common ancestors, you are, expected to
be honest.
Yes, honest, if you like. In Sicily, there's a crossroads. I'm continuing with my research, and I have an open mind on the matter because sometimes politicians, I'm a political activist, I'm a politician, but I would be for convenience sake, politicians, we can be funny.
Yeah.
So this is an issue I have told the highest level of authority that I think should be thoroughly investigated and the facts brought out, including that audit report, so that we can move on.
Let me move on. Thank you. But we have a big support base here already. Apparently, people are not very happy with me. This one says, please allow Ujam. It's from Kwame Asari, Nigerian Ghana. Courage sounds stronger and more pictorial. Courage sounds too soft.
Wow. My goodness. My goodness.
Good one.
Allow Kweku, he's very courageous. So he writes courageous, Korageous, courageous. I say I can courage. It sounds too soft. Kwame Asari, thank you very much. Yes. Then there was another one.
Yes, sense of humor.
Yeah. But to buttress this thing for Cape Coast, a lot of us know Lavin C. Lavin C is radio DJ presenter in Kumasi, who has done some work with Deutsche Welle as well and works with some NGOs. Also, as for the Cape Coast Airport, it's long overdue.
Yeah.
I work part-time with an African-American NGO, and they have African-Americans come to Cape Coast and Kumasi in droves because of the rich historical antecedents. It will be a major boost to our tourism and employment. Most of the students who visit write theses and documentaries based on what they see at the castles and forts. Barack Obama had a reason for visiting Cape Coast when he came to Ghana. With that said, we pray that the Kumasi International Airport is finished on time to open up the market in Ghana. And with that, a long overdue backup to Kokrokoo. C. Loving seeing Kumasi. Thank you for that one. Let's see. Okay. And then Don Pino from Malam says, we have carried water and alcohol and are very much aware which of them carries weight. Nanado has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he's the president we waited so long for. Don Pino, Malam. My senior housemaster, I'm sure he's referring to Kwamina Duncan. Please tell us, which type of harbor are we getting? And again, what is the plan for the Fisheries Commission building located at Anafo in Cape Coast, which has been left to rot? It's been out of use for decades. Please, let's wake the image of Cape Coast up again. Thank you very much. It says PK from Cape Coast.
Well said.
I swear, Chairman Jonah, tell us the difference between party activists and politician before Bombay runs away. By the way, the MPP manifesto is going to take Ghana to paradise. Apologies to Alute Jacobs. Sampine sends that one in. And then Protozoa also says it's only a flip-flop politician who boycott Kokrokoo. And listen to it. Listen to it. What an inconsistency. Okay. And then let's see how it goes. Okay. Kwamina, young pone.
Kokrokoo is whether you are a political party with your thoughts. Let's say you move it up.
When you are offered the opportunity.
Because I swear you know, I swear you know. Everything your mom, papa.
Damn.
Come
on.
Come on, and visit a year of my open. If you park and do, my boy is so called that. I beg. Kwame. Danny. Former President Mama. Kajina from Antum Nasamin there. Akufo-Addo's programs don't make sense. Ya mencha the all seen a small catch of my money there with time. We see lessons after leaving office. Say back and forth. Also, if you are beaming and with time, at we will share lessons. When you is your be in your sabi. As a machine, and back and forth. Not sure why beaming. Kabi, what do that sort of them? More premises. So if you are being good, no, Kirkatilfi, wash after time, we swing you soon, send them a pea. And see them not cheddar or beaming. He is from logic.
Mancos is from.
Who teach an on your cousin?
No, Mancos is from.
But you go training college. You go training college. No, yeah, logic. One more premise.
Minister Kokrokoo.
One more premise. Also, if you sorrow.
Kwame. Onenti. Akufo-Addo. Ne anamono utu ejumore ye. De. Abra na waye. Anwochira ma Ghana mba. Kwame. Kanyina. Ankro ze bobra daba. Enwo abodwo store. Enwo a wo ye ice kinky. Enwo a woton oye akukọ dondom. Na ma oka nyina wo hia freezer. Anwochire ne mu anwochire da mabre no Kwame. Na electricity bills. Mejetua. Yenya kanyina from bobre no. Na electricity bills so say na omampanyin a oho da mabre na smo kan de. Samo pe kanyina obegina do reliable electricity a. Komra no santa. No yede yentua more.
That's right.
Kwame Nde Omanpeyi Ekufuado na Abredo cumulatively them vice president betan ka chron yeah electricity price reduction over the last 3.5 years on yeda ya kosro ya abofom electricity bills are yet abofom 11%. Na president mama sinyanse nyimin amanfa wotem dodo a wotem omanpayin ma waye ono sinyanse nyimin yo Kwame president Mahama na Abredo ada ofan ayamtu yarba cholera adamen where na ya kada say inya cholera na sebio na di shit
ejanan
be amakan anje baka no nzina message
ejanan ye better se making
shit maka shit ni
me on there on akweku back what school teacher ya ye kro
no almabu chifo
nenta
go go almabu chifo
children of fishermen
Ajibufo you throw police
children of fishermen
Come on, that for now interview the president.
Why?
Say they say a police.
Shakespeare. As a police. My casa back a BNI. Just a BNI you so now police there.
Secret police.
Back to the Oko. I'm not because when this I feel crazy I feel being put. Kwame. President Mahama na Abredo. I am 2 years back. Dodo a wey no man wo bormpem edonu awotwe over 28,000. Enwo a wo fam hwe won kwa ekọ Ghana Health won statistics a wo a wo bor 243. I am two so ze oye fin eno ye da senya nsu ambobra nsu papa ambobra odi da mangam ya ziba na Abredo na yenya da me yerbe nyina Kwame ena oye water bill sura no orko usanda so twi kan ina ma okosura na wa atwe nsuso ma wa akosur Ekufuado na Abredo ensu di yada wa tudumpo ensu fiti ma choka sai Kwame o ma muri na mo mfa no kwa ina president mama former president mama o sinyanse nyimin ada president mama oye wo na Abredo Kwame oni de NDC aban NDC aban de yes ye free SHS me yet babon oye progressive yet ba medefu ye twetwa mpaso nketenkete onu kwampo na yet ban Kwame
na
no wusika ye ni na ye ntua
da
na Kwame nchebu ntumi da kwohwo enwe jemsa esoma hwa ye me na aduma ejem wo Kokrokoo oduma kakraka di men ka kwohwi samda Gojasro Kwame dem progressive free SHS no ye no kwa na wo ka ni na paso mpa wantua Ekufuado na ban na wa be we botua iyi na yansa nyimin oya neat school how are they called
special needs
Ebakaya in this time virtually every year somehow some way those schools had to be closed down osande sika odo the kokko support won anya biara 3.5 years Kwame at was home da in yansa nyimin. And in all of this you are also throwing a debate challenge Abra Wabem as president. It will challenge the man. And it tells you clearly, this is someone who is sinking if he has not already sunk. And all pay Adibi Wesum, you threw the same challenge to a Kufado as opposition leader. The Maya Karuda debate who. If you were so focused, if you thought that indeed the path on which you were, or you don't need this so-called debate. Kwame, Akufo-Addo is focused. Akufo-Addo nejumo yen onu nene wasido o mamo being distracted. So be penkwa or penkwa or say Ghana for. And I tell you, as I've always kept saying, Kwame, it is not what President Mama is promising. It is what he has done before in this election. Because you had 8 years. 8 years first as vice president and chairman of the economic management team, 6 months in as president, and 4 years as president. And see, yeah, man, yeah. Ababa, you want for free ba. You want so that say you did Mikaya Baba sure we have seen you in and out. It's Mama Mobina yonder or your president Mama or what the full be will name your door Baba yet. Nindama why you need na in fact you check out we have his record there. If you take education, no record wo. If you find a social services education health my way, no record. Eco infrastructure, no record wo, and which is largely falutin no matter where they put themselves in because they have some bloated expenses start to come into their pocket. And a typical example, somebody listen to me. A typical example being that a plane. It's a matter that is hanging. Aqua koto plane adema oya asrodafo. E me say sia the weather. Oya wala wunia uchoto muncho wunia. Anu no bebedi ekadira ginama. What plane wen sika ogbol or prepare num iro sika okadi. Oya wo fana intermediary hwa on the fan mo ginum. It is hanging around your neck.
Madam Sukramna.
But let me land well.
Land, plain as from.
And you are seeking for a presidential debate. See, Akufo-Addo, Kwame. Now you can saw what it's him, and I tell you, when he came for the 2-day tour of Central Region, I am telling you, and anybody hearing me, Kwame first time baby, in Sudan Kade. A man from Warrior Tado, about what told them Akufo-Addo MPP. In 2020, I am telling you that the defeat will be so humiliating, more than you can imagine, than they did in 2016. I am telling you, mark it.
Are you in a comfortable lead?
Kwame, men come and use, I won't borrow their words. But I'm telling you, Kwame, the 2-day tour of the Central Region, amazing. The places that traditionally, Kwame, all they do is just be looking at you, and with just the sounding of the siren, police dispatch riders, you see crowd, and I'm saying anybody market anywhere. The more obviously with 2020, it is more humiliating than we saw in 2016.
Obviously, there now that we are hailing children of fishermen, I humbly ask the Central Regional Minister, who was my senior housemaster at Kwaboche, to please commend the only educated fisherman in Ghana, Alote Jacobs, for being one of the people who stayed and established their business in the Central Region to employ the few Ogwa people left. Who student you're a pay you?
Oh, yeah, Alote has a lot of Central Region in him. In fact, Abra Oye party chairman, Oye a member of board. Kwame na dwindwini na odwenko Central Region. In fact, Oye a kind of some baby my problem will install a transformer and he is the kind that fights for Central Region. And see my other band more boy and more other band in Kwapa. He has Central Region in him and he in Central Region.
Kwame, you must extend the time of your program on Wednesdays because Kwekwe and Kwame now only feature once a week. Kwesi Kobold, Kwesi, these two people, I can tell you for a fact. I can tell you for a fact if I push this program to 1 p.m. and I found a way to needle them and to get the discussion going,
you will do it.
They'll talk hard till Kwekubaku. You have no idea. You have no idea. It's our mommy and they tell Kwamna Duncan their can word is ayimtuo, translates to diarrhea in English, and cholera is konkrowa, and its various derivatives in Akan.
What's the cholera about it?
Konkrowa or konkrowa. Or Kokrokoo.
So no too.
Nana is here for the second Sankubasi Tua district.
Okay.
IM2 is called a diarrhea. But cholera is Kokrokoo or Kokrokoo. I don't know how it's pronounced. Okay. Tell Crime not to tell the MPP to play all the adverts on free SHS by the NDC. Then we will know which is which. Charles, official town. Then those who fail to partake or listen to Kokrokoo will not wake up from sleep, even if the train horn is blowing on them. Harrison or Dami in Swam. I need clarification from my minister on water. Last week, Ghana Water Company brought a bill of 1,800 cedis for non-payment of water bills since April. I moved to inquire. I was told that bakery shops or businesses don't qualify for Nana's free water. Since April, that the Nana announced the free water. Debut, they are lying. They will also be unqualified, Nana.
I need to get that clarity whether commercial purpose.
Okay, we'll check.
And but check.
Kabila Sana Bebemino, Madame Rosalind Walker Arthur. Happy birthday number 62 to you, Madame Rosalind Walker Arthur. It's from your darling daughter Nana Ajoa Hakman. It says, as for Abdul Malik, we all know the one thing that will stop him from talking. Is anybody ready to volunteer that thing or things? Jimmy Alute says that.
Educated guy, idiot.
All right, cool.
Well, Chairman General.
Yeah.
Me can't assembly from the Ankwekuna Oka, and maybe perhaps depart a bit from his position on the special prosecutor office. No, Chairman General. There are 2 articles back on I for a sponsor in the legislative alert dated August 1993. No Troy a friend Justice J.N.K. Taylor.
Yeah.
The title here the late. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The unconstitutionality of the serious fraud office bill. That time Yokoya and Newohono, they were in the process of a man for kind. And then there's another article on ResearchGate. I know you dated July 2018. Good governance practice as an antidote to corruption by one James Bonfair of the University of Cape Coast.
You mean yourself?
I just mentioned the name. Chairman General, we must fight corruption with humility. Now, yabako ketasene prayer wo mamu hanmu a enise eteki media fanfare. Sa office of special prosecutor na ankasa problems are wonya nyina if you kwanya ye fa so create sa office no. And now me limitation e wo mra munti me nka ne pi but kakra ma kan no sa special prosecutor's office no directly or indirectly it's an amendment of article 88.
Kabila, we've passed that stage.
No, please. I'm coming. You see, the
Parliament dealt with all these questions.
The challenges that
and we've gone past it.
Kwame,
long.
Well, but
are you suggesting that because
challenge? You are having challenges.
That is not
the challenges that you are having. Let me advance my argument.
The apparent inertia is not due to any constitutional limitation. Yeah. It's not.
I think otherwise.
Oh, come on,
Chairman General. My
so
point, and I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
Are you saying that's why you cannot investigate
the execution of their mandate conflicts with existing offices, anti-corruption agencies?
These matters were dealt with, and the fine line
if they were properly dealt with, they will not be coming up.
I think you want to excuse the inertia.
No, I'm not.
You are entitled to that.
I'm not excusing, but you see, I'm of the view that the manner in which that office has been structured and
Kwabra orefi say ekatwi won ukodi kwaku ba kwachi
Kwame ye me pesa me soja si nyina ma dwen ni say office no yanya ya wi e wo ho na me fi say kwan ye fa so ba ye no ye nhwe me nka say ye ngu no de me sre nyina say ye mpe kwan bi so a ye beboa ma nchiwanchiwa ama na dwuma ye no.
Very strange theory. The law setting up the office has incapacitated the office. That's a very strange theory.
It's not
strange.
And
we can interrogate that.
Yeah, sure.
Very strange.
And I've referred to some academic publications. Among for betum we read. Minister.
Kwabra si fana kwekumbre me na menko.
Ndi chairman general, mesre mi wie no na mesre say afiwe abato no. Ewo o third AOB no third one no mesre say ye nyina no yemfa adwebro na electoral commission etoda ana say binuma ye wo ma adwene say ye de ani kosi wonum so na ya to wo mudin na ya say wo mudin sa nyama no ye ya eye abato dwumadie na nkasa ene ye kabi mami nkabi ena ye tutu na se egu nanimu ase ene energy mensa wo ochira ebetuma ye obi foforo ne wo kan ne afa office no ho no ochira ye busawa wo betumi aka na eno na me kai wo no mu a wo mu kan nsem bi nra an ne wo mu ka bibi foforo na amanyoko soso say ye wa ban mu o say ye ni aban mu o electoral commission ye na djuma ye nya say ye boye bo say ye na yakwakwa ye say djuma no. The voter register that was recently compiled was an initiative of the Electoral Commission and not any party.
Interestingly, somebody sent me a newspaper article from 2013, March 18, where the then transport minister ordered the arrest of Okada bikes. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Kwame. Yes.
Just a short one. Muda Kwame referred to some call for debate in Yadama. Kwame, Mamen can be intro. The surest way to kill the prospect of a serious presidential debate is for one of the contenders to go out there and issue Takashia ne Patapa calls for debate in the public space, at mini rallies, on social media.
And not the
surest way to kill the prospect of any meaningful, serious presidential debate. You don't go out there in the public space at mini rallies on social media and issue challenges. Takashi Patapa type of challenges to your opponents to come for a debate. You have killed that whole prospect. No debate. Case closed.
Who are you talking to?
To God.
Matisa, some of the civil society institution, almost working on a proper debate.
This is not the first time.
No, it's not.
2016, similar things happened. At rallies on radio and things, people were issuing challenges for debate. You killed the prospect of any serious, meaningful debate. One time.
And you are talking to God.
Yes. And God, please hear my prayer.
And let my cry come unto thee. Time check is 11:11 on Peace 104.3. Checking out on this morning's edition, my guest this morning, Abdul Malik Kwekubaku Jr., Kwame Duncan, and James Kwabena Bonfe, a.k.a. Kabila.